Decision 2014 mud throwing now in the Republican race for Rhode Island governor. Ken Block says Allan Fung was soft on illegal immigration years ago before taking a tough stand now. NBC 10 political reporter Bill Rappleye has more on that tonight. Bill.
Well, Gene, this is one of those campaign issues with an element of he said. We know Allan Fung supported an immigrants' rights march 11 years ago when he was a city councilor. The question is whether he agreed with the goal of amnesty for illegal workers or not. It was 2003, the 40th anniversary of the Freedom Rides to the South, supporting civil rights for African Americans. This was an immigrant workers' freedom ride organized by unions and supported by the socialist workers. Allan Fung says he also supported it, but claims amnesty for illegal immigrants was never a goal of the march.
The amnesty was never, ever a topic of discussion, not part of the resolution at all, Bill. If you take a look at the resolution, what it called for was federal immigration reform.
But his opponent, Ken Block, says the Freedom March was intended to lobby for amnesty. He's calling out Fung for supporting the effort.
It's shocking that a Republican candidate for governor would support full amnesty without addressing the larger problem of uncontrolled immigration in this country.
Fung maintains his position was just for comprehensive immigration reform. Accounts of the march, though, clearly say it was intended to find a path to citizenship for undocumented workers. Block calls that amnesty and says Fung needs to own his position.
He's tried to position himself as someone who's been extraordinarily conservative, and every time that the truth comes out where he really has been at with his policies, it really makes all Rhode Island voters question what he really stands for and what he's really thinking.
Fung says it's Block who needs to be questioned.
So there's been nothing but lies coming about from Mr. Block and his supporters that I called for amnesty. I've never been a supporter of amnesty.
This dispute is becoming typical for this primary race. Allan Fung staking a large part of his campaign on the idea that he's the real Republican and that Ken Block has changed parties and positions, which leaves Block responding by pointing out instances where Fung has changed his positions, even going back to city council votes from 11 years ago, and forcing the primary voters to pick which one of these candidates is telling the truth. That may be asking a lot. I'm Bill Rappleye, NBC 10 News in the newsroom.